Right, so today we're at Silverstone Circuit. It's a BRDC track day. We're on board my Renault Clio 197. It's one of my training cars. I've got the Race Navigator Pro installed, so it's got the onboard camera facing us and obviously the onboard camera facing out the front as well. And I'm also running one of my headrest mounts from headrestmount.co.uk, obviously running the GoPro. As you can see in the car, I've got dual control in the passenger side. That's obviously where I'm normally sat when I'm training people. But today, basically, we're just going to have a bit of fun, go around Silverstone, and I'll show you some of the racing lines and set a lap time, which you'll be able to see on the Race Navigator. So just got a red light, so the session's about to start shortly. A little bit about my Race Navigator Pro. So this is the all singing dancing. It's had a lot of use. I use it for all of my customers on all of my training days. Basically, if we go through the settings, we can see it's just started counting as we cross the start and finish line in the pit lane. But basically, this is the amount of laps on this screen. In fact, I've got the OBD port plugged in, so once that connects, hopefully in a few seconds, that will give us all of the throttle trace, the water temperature and the speed on there. Obviously this is working on the GPS speed that is connected onto the ceiling. So standard track day rules, we can overtake only on the right hand side. Obviously there's a variety of cars out. In fact, let's put it on the speed for now. Right, got the go ahead to go out on track. I'm going to turn the traction control off. We've got Radical behind us. Obviously a hell of a lot quicker than I am. See him flying past. Obviously they've got the aero, they've also got the lightweight car, so So we are on board my Renault Clio 197. We're at Silverstone on the Grand Prix circuit. We're starting at the old pit lane. We're going to be going for a few laps. We're going to be braking just after the 50 meter board. Let's get it turned, a little bit of tyre squeal, use the curve on the inside, maximising all the track on the exit. We're going to make our way over to the right hand side towards this white sign. We're going to keep it flat now and we're going to turn in, go across the curve, little dab on the brake, over the curb, squeeze the power, brake down one gear, get it turned through here. Oh, a little bit of understeer, nice rotation there from the back of the car, full power now, and we're going to let it stretch, well, what little legs it's got down this straight. Obviously it's got 190 horsepower from its 2 litre engine. Nothing's been done to the engine, but I've done a little bit to the suspension just to get it ready for on track, obviously with the dual control for when I'm teaching. Hard on the brakes, there we go, let's get it turned. Oh, almost a little bit of oversteer on the entry there, maximising the track. Over here, coming down to the right hand side, under the gantry, you're going to brake at the start of the curb, down to third, down to second, pinch this corner, just square it up off the power just to help it rotate. Try and avoid any wheel spin. Oh, hit the limiter there. Getting it flat through here, nice and easy. Stretching it down the new start and finish straight. Keeping this gear, yeah. Not going to quite kiss the limiter. There we go, chuck it in. At the rear to rotate if we can, it's front wheel drive. You can hear a little bit of wheel spin. Trying to maximise it. Hard on the brakes, down a gear, down to third. Beautifully rotated into the middle of the track, hard on the brakes, down to second gear. Looking at my exit, oh, a little bit too much wheel spin. Go on, don't wheel spin. Full power, maximising the revs, changing about 7,500. As soft as I can be on the steering, heading back down the Wellington Straight towards Brooklands and where the BRDC is, the British Racing Drivers Club. Hard on the brake, down a gear, down again. Don't turn in too early, you want to try and, oh no, I've overshot it, there we go. Get back to that second red sausage there. Final corner, open it up, and then this allows us to go a little bit straighter on the power as we exit the corner. Alright, so I've got 2 cars behind me, 2 proper race cars. This is the beauty of the BRDC track day. There's some pretty epic looking machinery. An old Group C car, super cool. Let's see if we can, well, try and keep up. Maybe me being a little optimistic. Oh, come on. There we go. Track limits. It doesn't matter. It's a track day. I don't think anyone's looking. Back over to the white sign. See. No, we're going to have to change up a gear. A little down on the brake. Squeeze of power. Oh, we're 2 tenths up. Ah, big oversteer. Oh no, we lost all the time. Well, we gained 2 tenths up to that point. You can see that we're now back on par at 0-0. Well, let's see whether I can squeeze a little bit more out of it this lap and get back ahead. It's a shame we lost all the time coming onto the straight. There we go, let's try and be smooth now. Come on, let's get it turned. There we go. Squeezing the power, can be a little bit cheeky here. Oh, I'm actually losing time on this second lap. I should be gaining, if anything. Down the gear again. Oh, that slowed down really well. Go on, don't it? Wheel spin. Full power now. Maximising everything we've got. Still down on time. Come on. What's going on? There we go. We're bang on equal to the previous lap up to this point on the track. Still keep it flat through here. We're a little bit up now, that's good. Greedy on the power. Get it turned, come on. No, don't wheel spin. So all of 2 tenths up. After all of that, we're only 2 tenths up. One more race car come flying by. Oh, a little closer than he should on one of these days, but anyway, all good. Heading back towards the BRDC. We're now 3 tenths up. There we go, let's get it rotated. Full power now. Oh, this is where it just needs a little bit more power. On this size track, we just could do with an extra 50 horsepower maybe, but on some of the smaller circuits, these little cars are great. There we go, and a lap time of 42.6, 242.6. So pretty happy with that. Considering it's just a road car, I think they've done a pretty good job. And now we're going to be coming for a bit of a cool down lap. Obviously we've just thrashed the car, so we need to make sure that on track days, obviously especially with road cars, they're not built for doing this, so we need to make sure that we cool down our brakes and the engines as well, and the turbos. Just give it an easy in lap, just so that we don't crack any discs. Obviously when we're in the pits, you don't want to rest your foot on the brake either, because all the heat that you generate isn't necessarily good for the car. So just take it nice and easy, and yeah, then you'll enjoy the rest of your track day without any warp discs. You don't want any brake vibrations, and you'll get this bike coming flat out into the pit lane, stopping, resting your foot on the brakes, and it's called disc warp. So by just taking it easy and allowing the car to slowly cool down, even if it means coming into the pits and just driving around the paddock at 10-15 mile an hour, just allowing everything to slowly cool down, then that is better than just stamping on the brakes, obviously, and just allowing this car to come past. Try not get in the way whilst I'm doing this cool down lap. Yeah, and that is Silverstone Grand Prix circuit in a road going 197 Renault Clio. Some pretty epic cars just about to come flying past. That's a old Grand Am prototype. Daytona prototype car, followed by a Radical SR3 and another Radical SR3. Making sure that we stay nice and far to the right so we come in the pits and don't trip anyone up and give everyone plenty of notice. And from this cool down lap, should be good enough now to actually just bring it into the pits and park it in the box without having to worry. Enjoy the rest of your track days.